Welcome to Uxbridge Scugog Life. I'm your host, Jackie Hermans. So, have you been doing your holiday shopping? Have you started? Today I started to get this feeling of overwhelmment, going, oh no, I need to get out there. I need to start. I find as soon as you get, as soon as Remembrance Day happens, everything goes into high gear, and it seems like the holidays are here in no time. So I hope you can release the overwhelmment and just enjoy getting prepared. That's my plan. That's what I'm trying to do here. And on today's show, we're going to be making some holiday drinks. How's that for holiday preparation? You're going to learn how to make a whiskey sour. We're also going to be talking to a local actress, Aaliyah. She is a ball of energy, the sweetest thing. And we're going to be talking about how to pick that perfect Christmas tree and finding out more about the tree shortage. We'll be back with more on Uxbridge Scugog Life. Come on back.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
It's closing time, and you stayed out longer than you planned. So now you can't drive, and the buses have stopped running. You could always call your girlfriend. Or maybe your roommate? What about your best friend? You could just dial 1-888 Taxi Guy or use the Taxi Guy app. The call and the app are free, and they both connect you to a local cab company to bring you home safely. Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive, drive sober.
I'm Eric Marchinosa, Cinema Scene in Review. Join me for a monthly movie roundup of new releases either in theaters or available to stream. See you next time in Review.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. So with me on the show is Big Red. How you doing, Big Red?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Good. So you're a bartender at Chuk.
Yes.
Now, I have to tell you, I've been to Chuk before. It's in Ajax? Pickering.
Yes.
I knew that. And it is unbelievable. You made me the best margarita of my entire life.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It was so, what was that one called?
Lamora.
Lamora. It has a nice spiciness to it.
Yeah. It's like
really nice.
we got a. We put a blackberry and chili syrup in it, so it's nice and sweet, good flavor of blackberry, and it's got a little bit of a kick to it.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
So you are a professional bartender.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're going to be teaching us how to make. Is it a whiskey sour?
Whiskey sour, yes.
So is this a typical holiday type of drink?
Yes and no. A lot of people like to drink whiskey sours all year.
Okay.
I like it in the colder months because it has an egg white in it, so it's a little heavier, a little frothier, and people like to drink those heavier
it's
drinks.
Hearty.
Yeah. It's like I'd say like a meal and a drink.
Okay. Okay, awesome. So what are we going to be putting into this drink?
So we're going to start off with our whiskey. So I'm using a local whiskey. We have some great breweries around Durham region. And we are blessed with the Durham Distillery in Ajax, so I'm using some of their whiskey today.
Nice.
And then all we need other than that is simple syrup, which is very easy to make. It's 1 part sugar, 1 part water. You just warm it up and you break down that sugar until it's just a little thicker than the water.
Okay.
And then lemon juice and the egg white.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and are you going to be talking about these two next?
Yeah. So this little bottle here is called Angostura Bitters. So it's just like, it's an aromatic bitter. It's a little bit of taste to it and a lot of aroma. It brings a nice aroma to everything.
Nice.
And then this is just something else I wanted to focus on. I know there's a lot of vegans out there, a lot of people who don't eat eggs. This is a foaming agent.
Oh.
So you can add a couple of dashes to that to the drink, and you can use that instead of egg whites if you don't eat eggs.
Okay, cool. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll talk more about that after that.
Yeah.
Let's get going. What's the first thing that we're going to do?
All right, so first thing you always want to do is just crack your egg and separate the yolk from the egg white. And I like to do this first because if you mess up and you get a little bit of yolk in there, you can just throw it out.
You can spoon it out. Oh, or
Yeah.
throw it out. Okay.
Just because if there's already alcohol in there, then you have to.
Right. You don't want to be chucking the alcohol.
No.
Chucking the egg, maybe.
Yeah, eggs fine.
Okay.
Alcohol.
Okay,
That's
no,
alcohol
that's-
abuse there.
Sacred. Okay, so we have the egg in
So
there,
the egg
just
white's
the
in
egg
there.
white.
Yep.
Okay.
Next thing you want to do is add 2 ounces of your spirit. So again, this is our local 3-grain spirit from the Durham Distillery in Ajax.
So it has, what grains are in it? 3 different grains.
That's a secret.
Oh,
Usually it's just like wheat, barley, rye.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Yeah.
was going to say maybe you'll have to drink these after and then I would get it out of you. But thank you. That was easy.
After that, we just want to juice our lemons, and you always want to use fresh cut citrus. You can really taste the difference when it's fresh or when it's, you know when you go to the store and you buy that green and yellow
Yes.
bottle.
Yes.
Never use that.
No, so fresh lemons. And
Yeah.
you said freshly cut lemons. So
Yes.
it's not even the half a lemon that you have in the fridge. You want to cut it right then and there.
You can
and
use the
it?
stuff in the fridge, but yeah.
Okay. Makes a difference though.
The fresher the better, yeah.
Okay.
So you just want to get your juicer, just squeeze about an ounce of that. So that usually takes a full lemon to get an ounce.
That is a nice juicer.
Thank you. I got it on Amazon.
Nice. Yeah, it looks easy to use.
Yeah, it's very nice. So there's an ounce. Just add that to the shaker.
Okay.
And then after that, you just want to get an ounce of simple syrup.
Okay. How long did you say you boiled that for?
Honestly, it's not too long, just until it thickens up a little bit.
Okay.
So if you want to take the easy way out, I literally just, for this one, I got hot water from the tap, got a cup of that, a cup of sugar, just shook it until the sugar was all gone, and
Okay, so that's
There we
even
go.
simpler than simple.
exactly.
That's extra simple
yes,
syrup.
that's extra simple syrup.
Okay. Okay, what's next?
That's everything for now.
Okay.
So what we want to do is in our shaker, just put the lid on. And this part is very important. When you're working with egg whites, you want to do what's called a dry shake.
Okay.
So you shake it with no ice in it.
Okay.
Just it works the egg,
Better frothing.
froths it.
Okay.
It's kind of like a ceviche in the way that the citrus kind of gets all the stuff out of, like the proteins and stuff out of the egg.
Okay.
Yeah, so I know ceviche, when you put lime juice on it, kind of cooks the fish. The citrus does the same thing to the egg.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Okay, cool. That's
I know
very cool.
whenever I'm working and I'm doing a drink with egg whites and I'm doing this, I look dumb.
You look dumb?
Yeah, because there's no sound, right?
Right.
So it just looks like I'm just
shaking just for fun.
Yeah, I'm just practicing right now.
I'm just trying to look cool.
So you want to give it a good hard shake for about 30 seconds.
Okay.
And you can see it's kind of spilling out. When there's no ice in it, the two pieces of the shaker don't lock together properly because the cold binds it.
Okay.
So if you want to put a towel or something over top and
Just
then
to
shake
help
it,
to,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. And then, so will you be putting in ice into it next?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
So we need to wrap this up. So we're gonna shake it. we have to shake it quicker. Okay, that's nice and frothy in there.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
So then we add the ice,
Okay.
and this is just another quick shake.
Now you look super cool.
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
you got the sound going on.
So
I
now-
can smell it.
Yeah, yeah.
It smells good.
So this is just to cool it down and dilute it. One of the parts, the most important parts of shaking a cocktail is the dilution.
Okay.
You want to bring a little bit of water to it.
Okay.
So after that, fill your rocks glass with ice and then just strain it into the glass. And there you can see it's nice and frothy.
Nice.
The egg white brings a great texture. Doesn't really bring a flavor or anything to it, so you don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
I know a lot of people don't like egg whites because they think it's going to taste like eggs, but it will never taste like eggs. And then I like to put a few drops of these Angostura bitters on,
It looks so pretty. Very stylish.
and then get a stir stick. Just kind of drag it
Oh,
through.
you got some hearts going on.
Make some hearts.
Oh, that looks beautiful.
And then you always just serve it.
Nice. I'm
Yeah.
sorry you guys can't get the downward angle on that. And just quickly, this is called Fee Foam, and it's by Fee Brothers. Don't squeeze, use fees.
There you go.
Okay, beautiful. And that's instead of using eggs.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Big Red.
Absolutely,
We'll
yeah.
have to have you on the show again.
Sounds
You
great.
Teach me how to make lots of drinks.
Sounds good.
Okay, awesome. Thanks so much. We'll be right back with more on Uxbridge Scugog Life.
Hi, my name is Michael Kearns, and I'm a volunteer at Rogers TV. As a volunteer, I start my day off by setting up the set for the show. This includes setting up the backdrop, cameras, lights, conducting mic checks, and making sure everything is ready to go when we film. Then it's time for lights, camera, and action. Being a volunteer means I get to experience things I've been dreaming of, such as shooting mobile hockey games for the Oshawa Generals, which is an amazing experience.
Here's Velotti, long shot, scores! And Salinitri now will shoot it in. He's got a partial 2-on-1 with Bowlers. Salinitri to Bowlers, back to Salinitri! What a play, Kyle Bowlers!
And the best part, when we come back the next day, we get to do it all over again. My name is Michael Kearns, and I volunteer for Rogers TV.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. I have someone pretty, I'd like to say famous. I have an actress with me here, Aaliyah, who is from Whitby. So you're a Durhamanite. I just make
Of
up
course.
words sometimes. And it's so great to have you on the show, so welcome.
No, thanks for having me.
Okay, so as an actress, you have a lot of things in the works right now. Tell me about the show that you're currently on and the episode that you're starting in is about to air on. What's the show called?
Well, my current show that I'm currently on is called Circuit Breakers. The first part has come out of the first season, and the second part with my episode is going to come out. Circuit Breakers is kind of a sci-fi show where it has more mature themes, but it moves the plot forward with a younger audience.
Okay, very cool. And what is your role on that show?
My role is Charlie. I'm Olivia, the protagonist's best friend.
Okay, so how has it been filming that? What is it like working with the other actors? What's the energy? What's the vibe of the whole production of it? What is it like?
When you first come on set, everyone's just really welcoming and warm. Everyone's really friendly, and at the end of the day, we're all there to work, but we all make it really fun. Especially my co-star, her name's Georgia. It was really easy to get along with her because we're close in age, and we just had a plethora of things to talk about on set.
Nice. Okay, so I maybe we'll go into more depth about that. We'll see how much time we have, but I want to know how you got into acting in the first place and when did it all start for you?
Well, I started acting when I was 3 months old.
Wow, that's quite young. That's quite a young start.
Yeah.
I take it wasn't a speaking role.
Oh no, it
Right.
was more of it was more of like modeling for like the Gap, Gerber Baby, like diaper brands, stuff like that.
Okay.
My mom's actually an actor, so when I was younger, she got me into it at an early age. But I started really getting into it when I was 4, and I could speak properly, and I could go on to set to do different types of roles, like play in commercials and TV series, and that's when I really started to develop a passion for it.
That is awesome. So you've been doing it ever since? Ever
Yeah.
since you were 3 months old? Okay, that's very cool. So tell me what you love about the current role from Circuit Breakers that you're in. What do you love about it?
What I love about Circuit Breakers and Charlie is that, first of all, I love sci-fi shows. I grew up watching my parents we watched sci-fi movies like Back to the Future together, and I've always wanted to be a part of a sci-fi franchise. So when I got the audition for Charlie, I was really happy, especially because Charlie's a very supportive and witty character who's also a bit of a conspiracy theorist, I might add. It was just really fun playing her, just playing all her ebbs and flows and really diving deep into her character.
Very cool. You know, with you going for auditions, I've been on lots of auditions. Well, not as many as you, I'm sure, with your career span. But I found you can feel like you're just part of a big herd, and it's like a toss of a coin if they're going to consider you, depending on your look and your height and your voice and all these different factors. How does it feel for you when you're going for that next audition? Like, what's going through your brain? Do you enjoy it? Tell me about that for you.
Well, when I was a bit younger, I would say I would be more nervous because I'd be like, oh, are they gonna pick me? Are they gonna like this? But now I would say I'm a lot more calm with it. You know, it's just something that happens in my everyday life. Like, I'll go for auditions many times a week. So when I go in for auditions, it's more of like a comfortable feeling, like you know what you're gonna do and you prepare beforehand. So I'm more calm and confident in my auditions now.
Nice. So do you, I guess, know that I'll go for all these auditions to get that one role?
Of course,
right? And then you're just like, whatever.
It's all about being resilient because sometimes in the acting industry, you're not always going to get a role right away, as you probably know.
Yeah.
It takes a while. It might take 2 months. It might take 10 years. But at the end of the day, you will get there if you work hard.
Nice. So I understand there's a lot of things in the works for you right now that is super exciting. I know you can't tell much, but what can you tell us?
Well, I do have a show coming out probably early next year and another show in the making a few years from now.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is so exciting that, you know, okay, they're picking me up. And you're just, it's like dominoes, right?
Yeah.
You got one really super awesome one, and then the next one happens, and the next one happens. So
yeah.
It's nice that you have that on the horizon.
It's a really good feeling.
Yeah. So do you see doing this for the long term?
Yes. But I do also have a backup. I want to become a realtor lawyer when I get older.
Cool.
Yeah. So, but I really do enjoy acting, and if I could take that as like a full-time job, like with stability and everything, I'll take it within a heartbeat.
Okay, well, that's really nice that you have this passion, yet you also have other aspirations too, and I'm sure they'll be able to meld together as you move forward. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And I'm proud that you're from Durham, Ontario.
Of course.
I think that is so awesome. I am so grateful that you were on the show with us, and when the other projects that you're working on come out, you're allowed to talk about them. We'd love to have you back on the show.
Well, I love to be here.
Okay, good, because we want to be able to tell our community what you're doing, and so we can support you. So thank you so much for being on the show. We'll be back with more on Uxbridge Scugog Life.
At St. John Ambulance, we're all about community. We teach life-saving skills and provide community support through our volunteer services. All St. John Ambulance product sales and training registrations support these important services. Volunteer, donate, or enroll in a program today so we can continue to have an impact on our community. Visit sja.ca to learn more. At St. John Ambulance, we do more than save lives, we change lives.
Hey folks, it's me, Giovanni Patini, the host of the RTV quiz show, The Hottest Show on Television. It's the hilarious quiz show where you, the viewers, play for valuable non-existent prizes. It's got great trivia, fun facts, and a lot of laughs, all blended together in a perfect cocktail of edutainment. So join us Wednesdays at 7:30 right here on Rogers TV. Nice.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. So I have Sarah Humans on the show, who is from Spademan's Tree Farm, and that's right in Utica. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the show. We're talking Christmas trees.
We sure are. It's that time of year again. It's crazy. The season approaches so fast.
Yeah, it is. I'm already starting to get overwhelmed thinking about Christmas shopping. I need to get on that. So I understand you opened already and are selling Christmas trees.
Correct. Yeah. We opened for the season on November 19th, and we've been off to a great start so far. We're anticipating this weekend to be busy, and again the following weekend, which is generally our busiest weekend. People like to have their tree up. Sometimes people like to have it up well into the new year.
Okay.
So they prefer to put it up early December and, enjoy that fresh scent in their home.
Now, the question I want to start by asking is, when you're thinking about getting a Christmas tree and deciding on the type of Christmas tree, what are the different elements that you should consider when picking it out?
Yeah, I think one of the most common things people look for is the type of tree. Many people prefer the fir trees. They tend to have the shorter needles and better needle retention. You also want to look at the size of the tree. So make sure you measure how tall your ceilings are. Also account your tree stand in there, just to make sure that you don't get it home and it's too large for your home. You also want to look at the overall width, because when the trees are in the field, it's quite deceiving how large they are. So you want to get an idea of the space that you're going to be putting it in at your home, and keep that in mind when you're choosing your tree out in the field.
Okay. Now, I want to make sure that when everyone buys their tree, they're going to keep it well preserved for as long as possible. So if you want to retain those needles, Eve, as long as you can, what should you do to keep the upkeep, I guess, of your tree?
Yeah, so the most important thing is if you get a tree, if you cut your own, great, it's already got a fresh cut. If you're buying a pre-cut tree, you need to ensure that it has a fresh cut before you put it in water. If you buy the tree, keep it outside for a couple days and then bring it in, you want to give it that fresh cut so you've got exposure directly to the tree. It doesn't seal up at the end, and that'll ensure it continues to keep drinking water. So that's the biggest thing. You want to ensure that it's got plenty of water to drink.
Now, in addition to adding water to your tree, should it be ginger ale, a little bit of sugar? Do you have any recommendations that way?
Honestly, no. We just use water. I know there are some hacks per se that some people have found worked. We simply just recommend water, and that's what I do with my own tree at my house.
Okay. Now, I've heard that there's some reports about tree shortages. Can you tell our audience a little bit about that? Why is there a tree shortage? And I take it it's important for them to get their trees sooner rather than later because of this.
Definitely. So the pandemic really, it was a interesting year, right? We were all forced to stay home, social distance. People were looking for ways to get out of their home, and the tree industry really saw exceed in demand. So with that essentially meant that more people were out looking for trees, cutting trees in the field, essentially reducing our supply that we have available. Christmas trees take on average 8 to 12 years to grow to an appropriate cutting height. So with that in mind, if we deplete our field inventory, we really don't have much for the years to come. So it's very important for us as farmers to keep an eye on our inventory out in the field and ensure that we do have trees for years to come.
Okay. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's okay. That being said, we did bring in a number of pre-cut Christmas trees from local woodlots. So we do have a variety of trees to cut your own in our own field, as well as a great variety of fir trees, upwards of 6 to 9 feet in height that you can select as well.
Beautiful. Now, I know normally in past years, you'll be selling trees right up until December 24th, but because of the tree shortage, you might need to just base it on inventory. Is that accurate?
Yes, definitely. Yeah. Unfortunately, the last couple of years, we've had to close early. Prior to that, we were always open until December 24th. So at this point, we are estimating, yes, we will likely need to close early. How early? It's really hard to say at this point. It's still early in our season. I suggest get out sooner than later and find your perfect Christmas tree.
Okay, so last year, do you remember the closing date last year? I know it'll just be an estimation, but
Yeah, last year, I believe it was December 2nd, which is, yeah.
wow. Yes, so that is get your trees now, basically, and now. Oh, well, thank you so much, Sarah. It was so wonderful to have you on the show, and I hope you have a very profitable Christmas tree season.
Great. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. We'll be back with more on Uxbridge Scugog Life.
Your mouth can do a lot of amazing things. And your mouth can save a life.
Hi, I'm Tom Wong. I'm just one of close to 1,000 Canadians in search of a stem cell match. We need your help.
A simple swab is all you need to register on the National Stem Cell Database. You could be the one to save a life. Find the hero in you.
Hi, I'm Angel Morgan, host of Raising Energy on Rogers TV. Join us in our live studio audience for free, fast-paced, and fun psychic readings just for you, right here on Rogers.
Hi, I'm Jennifer. And I'm Allison. Coming up on the next parenting show, we're talking about taming the rude attitude. If you've ever said, I would never talk to my parents that way, you need to tune into this show. That's only on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. Well, that is a wrap of another Uxbridge Scugog Life show. And every week we have more guests, more fun topics. And if you are interested in being on the show, or you know of someone that you think, hey, they should be on the show, they need to get the word out, you can send us an email, uxbridgescugoglife@rci.rogers.com. I have to tell you, I did have a chance to have a sip of that whiskey sour. Okay, maybe it was 3 sips, and it was delicious. I've discovered I really like whiskey sours. And I had a chance to chat with Aaliyah and her mom. They really have some exciting things going on, and I'm so excited to have them on the show again. So we'll be back with more next week on Uxbridge Scugog Live. Take care, stay safe.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line. Email us or connect with us on social media.
Our ancestors came here from France to build a better life. We lived here happily for generations. Until the British decided they wanted our land. The men were called to a meeting and then imprisoned. They demanded we swear an oath to their king and took everything, regardless.